Welcome to the OC. I'm Phil, and this is my co-host Corey. And tonight is our Wednesday rant, where we will rant about some shit. On pretty random, from what I'm guessing. But how's it going, Corey?
It's going good, Phil. Good, Phil. What do you mean it's random, Phil? It's almost like you got a spoiler as to what we're going to be ranting about tonight.
I have no idea, actually.
You never told me what you were ranting about, but
no,
I'll start first.
You're going to start because you kind of mentioned what, and I'm like, oh, that's good. Mine, not so good. But let's have it. Let's see.
Phil's going to rant about the crack of doom because it's so hot in his house. That doesn't count.
So hot in my house. No, my house isn't actually hot. Go ahead.
My rant, two of them. Okay, so one rant is, so if you all remember, our first episode was COVID conspiracies, and we actually revisited them 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
Turns out we're not the only one revisiting COVID conspiracies. So, so the Wuhan saga continues.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, they're apparently November. A bunch of people who worked at the Wuhan Virological Institute were sick.
Ooh. Probably with a respiratory illness of some sort.
They were sick. So I'm thinking to myself, I work in a virology institute. Mm-hmm. I'm sick. Me and my coworkers, you know what? I should go to a hospital.
I should go home or go to a hospital.
And go home and go to a hospital. Not that work would have protocols saying, hey, can't help but noticing you're vomiting in a bucket or,
So is there an actual history of them going to a hospital? I mean, I can't see China releasing that. I mean, Jesus.
So this is the problem.
Something snuck out. Something got out.
This is the challenge with all of this, right? So the original WHO had gone off, and this is the part that pisses me off, right? The WHO was like, well, we did our research, and China was not super forthcoming with helping us do that. But our verdict is, it's probably from an animal. It's the wet markets.
Somebody ate a bat. That was like, I'm like, what? Oh, okay. But it makes more sense because if there was a number of people sick, right? Now your spread can be, much quicker. It's much faster.
We know from the numbers, at least, that thankfully the numbers in Ontario / Ottawa are going down, which is good. So yay. My wife gets vaccinated this week.
Nice.
Saturday she gets vaccinated. So that's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we know how contagious this shit is.
For sure. Oh, yeah. It's super contagious.
So
that imagine? Means they were sick probably a long time before they actually, which meant they were coming and going, doing their regular day-to-day routines, and then they got sick.
Licking doorknobs, the whole line.
Yeah.
So U.S. intelligence was saying that, they're not sure, right? And even Dr. Fauci was saying, he said something like, he sort of said, well, we don't think so, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
It's the only plausible solution. Like, it doesn't make any sense in any of the other things. Like,
well, all the other ones are completely. But I mean, this is the idea that you throw enough stuff up there, some of it's going to stick.
Yeah, especially the bats, because a lot of these animals, because they don't have proper refrigeration in these markets, they're dried, right? So I mean,
they're called wet markets.
They're dried or they're in water. The fish are a wet market, yes, I guess. But so from my understanding, that there's a lot of the bats and things. You'll see things hanging.
That doesn't make any sense for bats. They are literally virus containers. Like because of the way
their system
you said
works,
that
you were describing the bat as like their system.
They could be infected with 10 different things, and they're like, I'm okay.
Yeah, they've got HIV, they got COVID,
rabies. They've got all this stuff, right? It's like, hey, guess what? I'm going to eat a bat or whatever they do. I guess if you boil anything or cook it long, I mean, look at Mad Cow, right? But it pisses me off when you hear that it's like, oh, so you had a bunch of employees who worked at an Institute of Virology, got sick.
Yeah, and left. I mean, we talked about that. We said, well, what if? I mean, what if one person got sick? On a team, on a floor. I mean,
and we know COVID is 14-day gestation period or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it can take as long as 14 days before it manifests into symptoms.
If it even does.
If it even does. So you're asymptomatic. So and that's what makes this such a dangerous disease is that, you're passing it along to grandma, and then 2 weeks later, grandma is keeling over.
That's why they call it the boomer remover.
Is that what
that's what they were originally
remover.
That's what it was originally called. And I think that was called. I think it was called that at the start before it was like really. Oh crap! Yeah, it is. And it's not just a boomer remover. You've got people our age dying from it.
We're not going to hear about this probably for 10 or 20 years, but I want to know the real statistics in China. I want to know the real death count. I think that fucking death count is going to be just horrendous.
Creative accounting, my friend. That's all you got to do. Hey, they died in a hotel collapse. What was the hotel full of? COVID patients. Why did it collapse? We built it in 2 days.
We built it.
What do you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
What do you think was going to happen?
We didn't use steel in the concrete.
That's right.
What?
Mud.
Okay, great. And that's I think in 20 years, probably 30, maybe, who knows when, but you'll start to see like, oh, there was like a bazillion fucking deaths. Like, I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. But I think they haven't been forthcoming at all.
No, they have not been. I completely agree with you on that. There's no way they've been forthcoming. Yeah,
like on our last, like the COVID revisited. So I looked at their numbers. So Canada is at 1.3 million cases, right? And we're small. We're small potatoes. We're 34 million fucking people.
We're the state of New York.
Yeah, basically. And they've had 82,000 cases. Right, you're full of fucking shit is what you are. Like I don't but they are a different society. They have the power to say all of you stay home, and they did
and we actually have people with guns.
I
don't think there's a lot of and so this is the interesting part when you talk about the idea that they're already a mask, like a lot of the, I know Japan is big for it. I think China is the same thing. Because of the air pollution, for example, in China, masks are a big thing.
They are. Well, even when you see, like groups of Chinese or Asian people, like you see them wearing masks.
Those are triads, Phil. That's the triads taking on the North Bay.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. They carry samurai swords.
Now you're mixing. That's Yakuza. Yakuza is triads are Chinese. If they were Chinese, they'd be using more like the curved sabers versus the katanas.
Yes, you're right.
Samurai swords.
And they wear those cute little shoes, whatever they are.
That's right, the martial arts shoes.
They're very nice. They look comfortable.
They're PJs, and they're running around in their PJs.
So silky. I want one. They don't make them in my size.
They do. They just have to cut. They're like, okay, we're gonna take 2 pairs of these pants and cut them in half, Phil.
Yeah, you don't. No, you're too fat.
You're fat.
You're too fat for our shirts. Oh, I'm sorry.
So racist. Racist.
That's not racist. I'm
pretty sure it is. Okay. Poll, folks. Anybody who watches this, feel free to leave comments about how racist Phil is with that comment.
That I like their clothing. That's not racist. That is a fashion statement. I'm just upset I can't fit anything. There is a difference. God. As a big man, okay, there I'm ranting now, motherfucker.
Okay, good. I got your rant. Good, because that's good. Because I didn't want to be the only one upset about the state of the world. I'm upset about fucking, the
big man clothing
collapse of society. Phil's fat about I don't have pants that fit me.
No,
from
pants
China.
I can find shirts that fit across here, not so much.
Get mesh shirts.
Sucks. What?
Mesh shirts. So they had those in the 80s.
Your brother used to wear mesh shirts. Do you remember that?
Did Shane wear mesh shirts?
Shane wore them.
The only one I remember.
Adidas shorts, those nut huggers, right, Shane? I hope you're watching.
Huggers, the high nut huggers.
High nut huggers.
Yeah, but those were the shorts. Like nobody wore soccer shorts, right? I remember as a kid when we wore those shorts.
Dude, we all had them because that was all there was.
They were basically silky underwear. Like with slightly more coverage.
Hardly silky. It was like
of course. They had polyester. They were like that polyester. They had a shine to them, didn't they?
Some of them.
Did they come with underwear? They came with underwear, didn't they?
No. You had to wear your tidy whities underneath. The days of comfortable underpants like Saks, Under Armour, do yourself a solid. Large men, medium-sized men, doesn't matter.
I have Saks.
Buy yourself comfortable underpants.
So fun fact, Cabela's does sales on Saks. They sell Saks and they do sales on it. I got Melissa picking up a couple pairs for Christmas.
They're expensive. They are expensive.
Yeah. You got $30 for 2 pairs for something I'm holding to my junk.
Usually. So if you got 30 for 2, that's good.
I'm pretty sure there were 2 in a pack.
Do your junk a favor. If you don't want if you're a man over 40, you need the support of a cup that is stretchy and moisture wicking. I'm telling you, It's the best thing ever.
Go back to your rant, Phil, and let's not stop talking about your testicles.
Oh,
or unless that's the rant.
No, we've talked enough about my testicles. No, my rant. No, that wasn't my rant, but my rant.
I thought you were talking about fat guys wearing Chinese clothing.
Easy. Fat is not all right.
Oh, heavy,
guys,
large guys.
Large men like myself. Yeah, no, seriously. Like you can't buy not designer, but like I used to like to shop at like places like American Eagle, and I go in and it would say, oh fuck. It would say like extra large, right? And at the time, I'm about at that time 205 pounds. I was 205 pounds most of my adult life until I quit smoking. And then, well, look at me now. But an XX, they fucking mark these tags, and like you wouldn't even fit in an extra large at fucking.
Well, okay. So first off, Phil, if it says juicy over the bum cheeks, chances are they're not boys' jeans.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you mean?
I made the mistake once hopping into Melissa's jeans. Okay,
this is a whole other episode.
When we lived in our little dinky apartment on Clementine. Okay, It's like, I'm getting ready to go to work in the morning. I grab a pair of pants, which I thought were mine, off the floor,
and you do that juicy hop across the bum.
I did not see if juicy was across the bum. However, I did know when I did the hop. And yeah. You see, you're pulling them up, and you do a little hop to pull them up, and it's like.
I've never done the little hop.
Yeah, no, not
very
fun.
Tom Cruise of you.
Yeah,
and I've never worn women's pants.
I did not get them fully on. I did not get them fully on.
They were stirrup pants, and
they were
as a stirrup pants. Do you remember stirrup pants? The girls
like are those like assless chaps?
No, they were like these fucking gross pants. When we were young, the girls wore the most weird things. They had those little straps on their heels, like.
Oh yeah,
and they were called, They were called stirrup pants, and all the girls just wore baggy t-shirts and stirrup pants.
We had hockey hair, Phil. So.
And we did. Well, I had bowl cuts until I think it was grade.
Oh yeah, no, same here. Yeah, I know. If I got a haircut, like I had chia hair or I had a bowl cut, it was.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, we had no style. That's okay. But anyway, my real rant is so I bought a bike.
Motorcycle or
no, I've had a motorcycle. No, I like a pedal bike. My son has been bugging me to, and I need to lose some weight. I don't feel well, but you don't fucking realize how out of shape you are. Now I don't even remember what being in shape means. So round I use this term loosely. Round is a shape. But I use this term so loosely, being in shape or the lack of. Okay. So I get on this bike, and now I bought me a big man seat.
Does it have the penis channel?
What?
The penis channel in it to keep your penis from getting numb.
No.
The pressure.
No,
yeah,
what?
I recommend it. So similar to Saxville, I recommend when you buy a seat,
Where
a saddle.
Were you when I bought my man-sized seat?
Well, okay, because I get it. You don't want a seat. It's going to go up your ass. But what you want is you definitely want a seat that has the channel in the front, so that it's not putting a lot of pressure on your boy parts.
Yeah,
it's not your nuts. It's literally your penis that is going to be the pressure point. Apparently, Lance Armstrong suffered numb penis all the time because he'd ride so much. Now, mind you, he was on steroids and lots of crazy stuff. But
yeah,
I bought like a $50 saddle
after prostate cancer.
I bought like a $50 saddle. So, but it has a channel in it.
Nice. Yeah. So, you'll have to send me what that is, because I bought this one. It was like $70. It was expensive, but it's really wide, so the kids make fun of me.
Is it one of those banana seats?
No, but it would have been nice if I did have one. But anyway, we're going along, and I'm like, this is biking. No big deal. Everybody's fucking pedaling. I'm like, oh God, we're not even gone like a kilometer. We're not even close to a kilometer. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Like I'm huffing and puffing, and they're all like, what the fuck is the matter with him? I just realized it was humbling, and
remember when we used to bike to Balsam Creek?
Oh, dude,
how many freaking kilometers was that?
Or even to Peninsula. We would go to the Peninsula. I biked with Shane to Peninsula. Well, you came to Peninsula, which is probably 20 kilometers.
Yeah.
A round trip. We used to do on BMX bikes with no fucking.
Not good.
Yeah, there was no gears. This thing has 21 gears. It was like an expensive bike. I don't know how to use all the clicky gears, so I'm like, And this morning I wake up and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so old. It feels like someone was punching me in my groin over and over again. It's an eye opener, and then you go, oh, I wonder why that fucking big bastard died of a heart attack. It's like, dude can't pedal for 2 kilometers downhill. There's a downhill. It wasn't downhill. But it's funny how your mind plays tricks on you, right? The last time I was on a bike, it'd be a decade ago. And even then I was like able to still do stuff. And now that I'm like 45, get on a bike and I'm like, this is fucking insane. What are you crazy people doing? And they're just pedaling along like, no problem. And here's me. I'm dying.
Yeah, but this is your first time out, right?
First time. Yeah. So
I'm going to go your second time out will be better. You'll still probably feel like you've been raped by a bull. However,
that's kind of what. So
everything hurts in the crotch region, right? You're like, I don't know why I'm walking.
And my legs. I realized very quickly that I'm like built kind of like Johnny Bravo. Got these little tiny legs and this very large upper body.
We're talking Johnny Bravo from the Cartoon Network with sunglasses and everything. Yeah, okay. Just so we're clear.
Want to watch me comb my hair really fast? Yeah, that fucking guy. Yeah. So my little spindly legs are trying to move this giant inertia on this little bike. And people are like driving by like, that is a very large man on that bike. What is he doing there? Anyway, but I'm trying. I got to lose some weight. I feel, and you know what? It's not fucking easy to lose weight. You don't realize how surrounded by food you are at all times. Like I can't even go to work and not be surrounded by food. Food is everywhere. Like our ancestors would be rolling over in their graves right now going, this is,
dude, that's why animals are like my dog would gorge her food. I'm like, Jazz, you don't need to eat your food. Like there will be more. Yeah. Right. And it's the same thing with us. Our instincts are, hey, get the food in us.
Especially when I quit smoking. So I smoked for a number of years, long time, and I smoked quite heavily, and like almost 2 packs a day. I don't fucking do anything half-assed.
Whole ass, right?
Whole ass. That's right. So yeah, when I quit smoking, I put on 30 pounds within, I'd like to say 6 months, but it was probably less. I remember the first time I had a blueberry fritter, and I was just like, that's not, what the fuck is this? What kind of magic is this? Because when you smoke, you don't have your taste buds are not the same, right?
Well, because you're covering everything, your smell and taste. You're like tar. You're covering everything with tar.
Yeah, it's gone. But you taste things, and you're just like, I was blown away. I'm like, I remember ordering like 3 blueberry fritters, and so it began. The road to 270. It's a very straight path.
Hey, you know what? I'm grateful for it because when I go camping with you, bud, like I never ate so well in my life. It was awesome. I was like, we're having chicken wings, deep fried, and whatever. Awesome.
Lard.
Wow.
Secret to good chicken wings: you deep fry in rendered fat of an animal. So not only do you cook them in an oil, it's the oil of another living creature.
That's right. It's like a turducken.
Yeah. It's like having a KFC chicken burger with the bun being more chicken.
The double down, baby.
Never.
I think it's called. I'm pretty sure they're called. Yeah, they're not. Yeah. They're not as awesome as they sound.
And the scary thing is, I don't eat takeout. Like we're not a takeout. We'll have takeout the odd time. The kids will get, but yeah, we're not a takeout family. So I eat pretty much at home, but I like to eat. I'm a fucking monster.
Are you a big carb guy?
I love bread. Oh,
that's my weakness too. Melissa switched me over because she's been feeding her bread to the raccoons at night.
Well then,
she's got names for them. I've got names for them. We do. Stumpy. He's got this really maimed tail. He looks like he's lived a hard life, so he gets as many peanut butter foldies as he wants.
They're fucking vicious. Don't even get me started.
Blackie, Bear, Baby shows up. Roxy will occasionally come by.
Your wife's not going to like this, but so we have raccoons in this neighborhood, and they do the circuit, and they get into our garbage. And so one night I see them and I can hear something into the garbage. So I turn on the back light and I see a raccoon and I'm like, hey, this fucking thing, like, he's not even afraid. He just like looks at me like, yeah. Like, oh.
Did he hiss? Did he hiss at you?
Yeah, he went,
yeah.
And I was like, oh. So I closed the door and I grabbed the fucking broom. I'm like, oh yeah, you're gonna be scared of me now. And I fucking take the broom and I'm like poking this son of a bitch, and he's like, I'm like, fine, eat the garbage. Fuck you. I'm gonna go back in the house. I'm like, I'm not getting rabies because you want to eat garbage. Have at it. Try not to make a mess.
Was it Family Guy, or was it Family Guy or Simpsons, where it's like, don't ask, but he got the gun. Don't ask how, but he got the gun.
He got the gun. This fucking thing was not giving up its garbage, and I was okay with it. Darlene's like, what happened? I'm like, he won. And he did. I was like, nope. She's like, big tough guy, huh? I'm like, you fucking go out there and look at that thing. Like, it was ready to die over garbage. So no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to equal that battle. You can have it. But we tried to live trap them. They're so smart. Like,
oh God, yeah. I so admire their intelligence.
They're really smart. Yeah. They get into everything. We bought the lids.
We'll have them come and knock on the back window. Like, they'll knock on the patio door.
When you're feeding them.
I know. They're like, hey.
Don't let them get your rabbits. They'll kill cats.
They're good. They're good. The rabbits are fine. And it's open and then hand it. You grab the peanut butter foldy. He'll wave hello and then go over and eat it.
He waves. Do you remember Bobby Welch, who lived in Balsam Creek?
He used to feed French fries to his bike.
Yeah, that fucking crazy guy. Well,
could listen on the road and tell you if a Corvette's coming, seems like a really it seems like a really unique super ability, I guess, pretty niche, but
and it did happen. I remember.
I was
he put his ear to the ground, and we're all like, "What is that crazy guy doing?"
It's the crazy 40-year-old hanging with some 12-year-olds.
Yeah. So, but he used to raise raccoons and keep them and all sorts of weird shit. Yeah, Bobby Welch. You're becoming Bobby Welch.
That's back on to the NCC land. So there's all like, I've got groundhogs. I hated groundhogs till I saw them
wild
eating
turkey
dandelions.
In your backyard.
Turkeys. We had a pack of them or a flock.
Dude, they're delicious. I mean, if you're practicing with your bow out there like you usually do.
I don't have broadheads. I just have target points. Although
I will buy you some.
I'm not saying I can't get some.
Freeze it. I'll be up.
Freeze it. Yeah, that's right. The silent kill.
Yeah. It's funny because I was going to go turkey hunting. Yes, I hunt. Not much. And I'm not a good hunter, so I don't kill much of anything. So, but turkey
except time.
I kill time. Yeah. Birds in particular, I enjoy eating. But yeah, they're smart, apparently. Turkeys. Very intelligent. Like a
really?
Raccoon. Yeah,
I know they're very. I know they're very. They
see color as well.
Okay, so they can actually perceive the hunters because
they can see you. That's why you have to cover up like it's just your eyes, and you're just like, hi.
Well, the funny thing about deer hunting, right? They're like, oh, I'm wearing safety orange. They'll see me.
Colorblind. Yeah.
There's like you can actually see. You can go on the internet. It says this is what a deer sees when you're wearing that orange camouflage.
Yeah.
They literally can't tell you from the rest of the woods. It's movement.
Yeah.
Only movement that'll set them off.
I don't hunt deer and I don't really hunt. I go bird hunting so I can walk. It gives me an excuse to go walking. And I haven't actually caught anything in a while. But yeah, I like fishing.
Fishing's easy. Fishing. I'm not a huge fan of fishing. But it seems like fish are sufficiently removed from me that I have no problem.
It's weird
murdering them.
Oh,
it's just like,
how dare you? I let them suffocate. No, I dispatch my creatures very quickly. Yeah, you have to. You don't want them to suffer. I wouldn't want to suffer. I don't let animals suffer. That's just the way it is.
That's why I feed the raccoons the peanut butter foldies so they don't suffer.
Fuck, wait till you get into your attic.
Oh no,
my buddy might have them in his attic, and they found their way in, and then 2 of them died in his attic because they couldn't find their way out. It's a true story. So they found
my neighbor beside me had in the attic, and this is why. First off, the attic is literally right above my head right now, and I make a point when I'm outside to make sure the soffit around the sides are all secure.
Yeah.
Right. If you see anything loose, fix it.
And that's what happened with them. And I mean, the smell apparently was starting to seep into the house. I'm like, oh God, damn, that's horrible.
Melissa, watch on YouTube a dude called the Raccoon Whisperer.
Oh yeah,
he's got more subs than us. FYI, he's down in the Maritimes.
Oh yeah. He talks to raccoons.
He sits on his back deck, feeds them chicken wieners, which apparently reek, and dog food and else cookies and everything.
Yeah. Oh, really? I don't know.
So I'm not the worst.
What's your next rant? Since we got off topic talking.
Okay, my next rant is this fucking bullshit with Belarus.
That's weird.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear about
it. We sent the planes up to go off, and there was a bomb threat, so we escorted planes down.
That's not what happened.
And then we immediately arrested journalist who was talking shit about us.
Yeah, no. What they said was, we're going to shoot you down if you do not comply. Oh, okay. What was it? Ryanair is the plane company. And I saw that. I was reading that earlier today. It's pretty scary, and they did it. And the Western world is saying, shame on you.
Well, but what are they going to do? They're not going to send in this isn't Chuck Norris and the Delta Force going in. Like, let's get this guy who's not even American, not even an American citizen. And second, it's bad behavior. Okay. Now we're going to throw a bunch of sanctions on you, which, by the way, we already had a bunch of.
Yeah, they're all sanctioned. Yeah. So
this is going to be an internal people need to rise up sort of situation.
Yeah. But goes to show how much information is allowed to leave. Like you see that even with Putin and, his caucus, there's, who was that reporter? I can't remember his name. They tried to kill the guy and now they've apprehended him. And
are you talking the reporter or are you talking the opposition leader?
The opposision guy.
Not Netanyahu. That's Israel.
Israel.
What the hell?
Anyway,
not Lachenko. I can't remember. Anyway, he's currently in prison for violating his parole. Yeah. For violating his parole because he didn't come back checking with his parole officer because he was poisoned.
He was poisoned in the hospital.
Yeah. And instead of staying in Germany, he came back to Russia. So he called. He
did he come back of his own?
Oh, he did. Totally. Yeah. They said you need to come back. If you come back, we're going to arrest you for this. They didn't send people to get him. He came back.
Stupid.
Well, it's to make a point, right? And this way he's not in exile, so that's good, I guess.
Yeah, but where is he?
He's in prison.
Where? Yeah, no.
But the Belarus thing just pisses me off when you see that kind of bad behavior because you don't think when a nation state does that, and it really, as unfortunately as it demonstrates, what's the consequence?
There is none.
I got the guy I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, people are
a guy and a girl,
crying.
apparently.
Well, it was his girlfriend. So, and you see two different interviews. And the one guy apparently, everybody was saying, he's clearly been beaten up, and it looks like he's missing some teeth and some bruising in that because he's, it looks like he's reading from a script saying how perfect he is. And the girl was even worse. She was rolling her eyes, and you could see where she's like she was clearly reading from a script.
Oh. That's fucking stupid. But that's, that's kind of the world that's beyond our borders, right? We kind of go,
our place ain't perfect, but I tell you, it ain't that.
It's not that. And
although some people draw parallels between what we did to Meng and
which is, I mean, we apprehended her, and now what? Yeah, that's a whole other story.
That's a whole nother rant.
We're getting too far for our rant. We're almost into podcast.
Fair enough. Yeah, let's go back to talking about your balls, Phil.
They're good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. And on that note, thank you for joining us for our Wednesday rant with Corey and I. And I hope you learned maybe something along the way. And we'll see you on our podcast, which is the Illuminati. And we're going to talk about some crazy Illuminati stuff.
We're going to try. Hopefully it'll be crazy, interesting,
and informative. because we do like to state as many facts as humanly possible. And
edutainment.
Edutainment? Is that what you called it? That's good. I think that's a coined word right there.
Pretty sure I've stole that from somewhere. I don't think I came up with it. Yeah.
And on that note, have a good night, folks.